Joe Biden, we have American citizens that are being held hostage by these terrorists in the Gaza Strip. And Joe Biden goes over to Israel. And he goes, I'm the first president to ever go to Israel during a war or go to a location during a wartime. The first time ever. And you know why he's trying to make it look like he's on the front of all of this? Have y'all ever heard of what happens to the person that's sitting in the White House during a time of war? Do y'all know the pattern there? There is a pattern. I don't know if it's how many times it has not been the pattern, but the pattern is that when you are in the White House and you are during war, most cases that I'm aware of, people tend to vote for that person again because they don't want to transition during wartime. This is the only reason why Joe Biden is kicking up all of these wars all over the planet, because he wants to come across as a wartime person in the White House. You understand what I'm saying? Look, George W. Bush, we went to war. He went in for a second time. It's typical. It happens quite often. They've always said this. I'm pretty sure you've heard this before. But look at Joe while he's on the beach, walking on the beach. Look at this. Here he is walking on the beach while you have American citizens that are losing their lives, that have lost their lives, and being held hostage. Why is he? I mean, and then you have the White House come out and say, well, he can operate anywhere. Does it look like he's operating to you? And how many times has he been on vacation? How many times? Look at him. I mean, this dude has been on vacation from day one. Even when he's at the White House, dude needs a nap. He don't get up until after 10 o'clock. Dude is on vacation. He's truly on vacation. You can't make it up. But then you have 50 Cent for the raps. Can we show a picture of him? Do we have a picture of him at least? You know, I have him on the thumbnail. Yeah, split screen it for him. So look at it. This is 50 Cent. Look, I mean, and Joe Biden sitting on the beach, and 50 Cent has some wise words for Joe Biden.
Yeah. This weekend, as it says, rapper 50 Cent, social media blazed over the weekend with a post blasting President Biden for taking another beach vacation in Delaware as chaos continued to unfold in the war between Israel and Hamas. He said this, Will, hey, Joe, get the F up. We in trouble, man. 50 Cent posted over the weekend with a screenshot from an article titled Biden Hits the Beach with Middle East Congress in Chaos. And a follow-up post that screenshots an article with a headline saying 50 Cent blames Biden. The rapper wrote, we got some real SHIT going on out here. Joe, what's the plan to get a tan and chill? Come on now. You say that, Will. Come on now.
Come on, man.
The post drew immediate reaction from conservatives all over Twitter. Students for Trump founder Ryan Fournier said people are waking up. Another account said 50 Cent has a question for Joe Biden, and it is what we are all thinking.
Come on, man.
So listen, Will, like you said, the White House responded. Deputy spokesperson Andrew Bates pushed back against 50 Cent's criticism, saying,
there's only reason why he pushed back, and I get into that right after she reads this.
Okay. As has been the case for a better part of a century, presidents can execute the full range of their deputies from anywhere in the world, whether it's a war zone in Israel or 100 miles from the White House in Delaware. Bates went on to say Biden works long hours every day. He's not the first president to have to do that.
Biden works long hours?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Dude's up after 10 and down before 6.
That's true. And he spoke with several world leaders about his support for Israel's right to defend itself and push for aid to innocent Palestinians. And lastly, he said, And he delivered more security assistance to Israel, a second shipment of aid to Palestinian civilians, and made progress toward passage of his supplemental to protect our nation's security, increase border funding, and grow our economy. Bates continued. And then, of course, Will, what do they always do? Look over there. Meanwhile, House Republicans were on recess bickering with each other, which I don't deny. But listen to this. The New York Post ended the article with, in August, that Biden has spent 40% of his presidency on personal overnight trips away from the White House, which puts him on pace to become America's most idle commander-in-chief.
Wow. Over 40%. That's ridiculous. And look, the only reason why they're even responding to 50 Cent, because look, they don't respond to Will Johnson. How come they don't respond to Will Johnson? They're responding to him because a lot of black people listen to 50 Cent. That's the only reason why they're responding.
People of color.
Because, oh my goodness, we got to get out in front of this. We got to get in front of this. He said something that we don't like. It's going to make us look bad. That's the only reason why the White House is responding. Because of
people of color.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason. Now, there's some other stories I want to get into, but I want to get into this one here first. This is with Karine Jean-Pierre. I'm not even sure if we're going to have enough time because time flies when there's so much going on. Listen to Karine Jean-Pierre. She's asked a question about the anti-Semitism that's happening in the United States of America and around the world, really. But she doesn't want to talk about that. She wants to talk about Islamophobia. The question is about anti-Semitism, you know, the hatred that Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and other Democrats have against Israelis. That's the question. But she doesn't want to talk about that. And I want to bring that something else to your attention. Listen.
His level of concern right now about the potential rise of anti-Semitism in light of everything that's going on in Israel.
So a couple of things. We have not seen any credible threats. I know there's been always questions about credible threats, and so just want to make sure that that's out there. But look, Muslim and those perceived to be Muslim have endured a disproportionate number of hate-fueled attacks, and certainly President Biden understands that many of our Muslim, Arab Americans and Palestinian American loved ones and neighbors are worried about the hate being directed at their communities, and that is something.
Y'all hearing this? You hearing this? That's not the question. Muslims have always said that they want to kill Jews. Now, there are some conservative Muslims out there. Not enough of them. Not enough, because a lot of people don't ever see them. Well, you know, the social media, they'll block them too, just like they block black conservatives. Hello? And they block white conservatives, not alone, but they block conservatives in general.
You heard the president speak to in his address just last Thursday, and so one of the things that the president has done is directed his team, Homeland Security team, to prioritize prevention and disruption of any emerging threats that could harm the Jewish, the Muslim, Arab Americans, or any other communities, and that is something that the president has sought to do and since day one. As you know, the president ran on protecting communities, obviously, but bringing people together, protecting the soul of the nation. And so that is something that the president takes very, very seriously. And we're going to continue to denounce any sort of hate towards any American here. And so that's what we're going to continue to be steadfast on. Again, he has directed his Homeland Security team to make sure that they're on top of this.
Half the time, she doesn't even know what she's talking about. She's like, we want everyone to be safe. Really? If it's not in her notes, she doesn't know what to say. And she's the one that says she gets up at 4:30 in the morning every single day to get into the news of the day so she can be ready for the press conference. And she's never ready unless it's about wokeism. Unless it's about wokeism.
You like the content Will Johnson is producing? To stay informed and up to date with the current events, go ahead and hit the thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos like this one. Also, to find Will Johnson, visit www.uaf.media.